If you ever wish that your favorite tools could talk to each other, meet Pabbly. Pabbly is an automation tool that allows you to connect apps without any limitation or confusion. And now you can connect Pabbly with Content Studio to make powerful social media workflows with no code needed. Hi, this is Amna, and in this video, I'll show you how to build an automation in Pabbly step by step. Okay, so once you're logged into your Pabbly Connect account, you're gonna see its dashboard. It's pretty simple. So let's go ahead and create a new workflow. So first of all, you have to name your workflow and select the folder. So after doing that, your workflow has been created. So like all of these automation tools, you have to select a trigger. So for this workflow, I'm going to be using Notion, and then you have to connect it to your Notion account. So you have to select whatever database you want and provide it with the authentications. And then it's pretty simple. You will select the database from the drop down menu and then save and send request. So the data has been fetched. So pretty simple and straightforward. Then for the next, obviously we're going to be connecting Content Studio via API. So we're going to be selecting API by Pabbly, and then just app event would be execute API request. So as I explained before, that get is to fetch some data. So we're going to be fetching the workspace. So going to the API docs, here we'll just copy the curl and then import it here. So it will automatically just fill in all the positions, and all you have to do is to change change nothing and just save and send request. So that will just automatically fetch the workspace data, and all my workspace have been retrieved. So next up, you're going to be retrieving a specific workspace social accounts. So for that, again, going into API by Pabbly and connecting. So we're going to be using the method of get again, and then referencing the API docs of Content Studio. Just copy the curl and input the curl here, and that will automatically import it. So here you have to change the workspace ID that we fetched via the last endpoint. So just using that result, I'm going to input that in the API endpoint URL. So other than that, everything is set. If you want to change the platform, you can, but once you send the test request, the accounts will be retrieved. Okay, next up we have to make that post. So for that, we're going to be using the post method. So once you connect that, referencing again the Content Studio API docs, just copy the curl from the API docs and again import it in the Pabbly account here. Okay, again, once it's saved, it has automatically done everything, import every detail, but again we have to change the workspace ID, and then we have to set the JSON file, JSON data of whatever the content of that post would be. So first, let's change the workspace ID, going back to that execute API request and taking that ID from there, inputting that in the endpoint URL. Next, headers have been sent, so we have put in our API key. For the JSON file, you just have to import the data from the Notion trigger into that JSON file. So wherever it says text and content text, so you just import the caption from your Notion trigger. So again, then images, and then scheduling method and scheduling date, so that you will have to do it manually here. Okay, so once you input all of the dynamic data, you will send that request, and it might show an error, and again that will be because of the scheduling date. It will show it right here. So the validation failed because the scheduling date does not correspond. So for that, we have to add in a formatter. So if you search in date, it will give you a date and time formatter. So clicking on that, just select what you want to do. So you have multiple options. You're going to select format date only. So basically here you have the date, the from format, and the to format. So the from format can be anything, so it will choose whatever format that is automatically being picked to a format that you will right now customize. So just input the date from the notion that you have inputted in that column, and then you're gonna customize, or you can just input the right date format that Content Studio allows. So that is year, month, date, and then with a gap, hour, minutes, and seconds with colon. So here we are. Just select that, and once you send this request, it will format it. So now we need to change the date, scheduled date in that JSON file. So going into that, we're going to be changing that to the formatted date. So now once you save and send request, it shouldn't show an error, and the post will be sent to Content Studio. And to verify, we can go into Content Studio account and it will show us the post there. So going into publisher, and then let's just see if the post is here, and that's it. And that is how you automate your social media workflow using Pabbly and Content Studio. I can assure you, once you start building these workflows, it will be hard going back to doing everything manually. And if you want more automation ideas, check out our YouTube channel. We have automation workflows tutorials on Make, Init, and Zapier. Thank you for watching.